this is the panic, get them away from us quickly when it is nighttime anyway. And I think the thing to consider here is does it feel like NIP, does it feel like Peter got one up on Alliance with that Night Stalker pick? Because it was banned last game, and it's really good against the Pangolier and the Mirana especially. Or is this kind of like, you know, Insanium maybe has the form back at the back of his mind, but is this, if you were capturing this, is this the moment where you kind of sit there and go, oh, that's right. 33 plays one of the meanest Night Stalkers in the competitive scene right now. This may have been a slight error on our behalf. I mean, maybe even NIP runs this mid. We've seen Fada do it a few times. And you say he has a horrible first 5 minutes, but so does Mirana. Would you be okay in that scenario where you just kind of trade for trade?
I think you still can just roll the Ember mid and sacrifice the Night Stalker a little bit early on, and then he recovers. The only thing you need on him is the Blink and BKB pretty much. So it's not like you need... It's not even that necessary that he does so much in the first night per se, let's put it that way. A long time ago, if your Night Stalker isn't doing anything the first night, he just falls off and he's useless. You needed to have boots, urn, and sticks by the end of the first night, or you just feel like you're not a hero. This time around, having stout Quelling Blades and just farming up, slowly getting towards his items is good enough, because eventually you get them, and as long as they're before the forces and BKBs come online, you're gonna have a lot of impact. And even when they are there, you're still gonna be able to jump on top of let's say, Disruptor or Sand King and mess with them.
And you also have to think about the time it's going to take Alliance to get this BKB. It's not going to be like they have a hero here that's going to first item it, right? Mirana's going to at least a Maelstrom. Maybe look at something like Drums. Pangoliers, in fact, don't often go for the BKBs. They want to go for those kind of Maelstroms into Guardian Grieve builds. And that Night Stalker silence, it's not a one-time thing anymore. It's a lingering effect around him.
Yeah, exactly. You can't have the Yules or anything. You need a Force or a BKB pretty much.
Force stuff may be the go-to. I mean, if you Yules, that's probably the best choice for Pangoliers. You can build that Yules, and that would stop the Night Stalker from chasing. But you mentioned it before, once he has that BKB, he will assert dominance in these fights.
You know what we could also try with your voice, sorry? We could go into my channel, because I have that partner.
Okay.
You're in my channel.
I'm not. You want me to slide into your personal den? Give me the invite link. Slide into my DMs. Oh, lizard. Okay, there we go.
There we go. You're on a designated two of us. Maybe it's better, but we'll see.
Lizard secret hentai stash.
Radiant team pick.
What happened to Weave?
PL? Last pick,
what happened to
PL?
this guy?
What happened to PL indeed? And they pick it. Ember is a decent hero versus him, as you have that AoE, right? But overall, PL with Diffusal, if he gets on top of you, it can be very problematic for Ember to deal with him. Can't really see the reason why they went with the PL such a brave manner, but overall, they have the PL on Mickey. Most likely, he's going to be able to scale very well into the late game. Mirana is going to be able to create a lot of space together with the Pango. So overall, they do finish off their lineup with a solid hard carry that can help them in that super late game. However, it's another hero that suffers a lot from Night Stalker once he gets his items up. So yeah, this last pick can go back to bite them, but there aren't way too many carries left in the pool either that can be picked up. NIP, what can they be thinking about right now? Troll is banned out, Morph is banned out, Nyx, perhaps Sven. Yeah, Sven makes a lot of sense. Sven has been picked up by many teams recently, banned by NIP in that last game. A hero that Ace for sure loves to play a lot. He isn't really one of those guys that goes for a Midas way too often, but perhaps he can do that too. If he opts to go for a normal SMY, BKB, Power Threads build that he usually does, that would be fine completely as well. Even Echo Saber in this kind of a game.
This basically gives them a full stable safe lane as well, because Pangolier, there's part of the reason he moved towards the mid is this hero is just hungry for levels. He's got some of the most pathetic starting stats in the game, and now you're up against one of the stronger tier ones in the Sven, who has like what, 64 base? I think it is. It's around that range. It's pretty high.
Yeah, the problem with Pango was always the fact that he had very low base damage. Then it got buffed. They gave him like 4 more damage, and then they made him proc, silence, and disarm. So he got those 2 buffs, which made him stronger on the offlane. But you really hit the nail on the head with saying that he needs levels. He needs to be rotating across the map early on with that one javelin, because he has a very early power spike with it.
And I just double checked, it's 66 to 68 damage. You're going to feel the pain.
Yeah.
Maybe Tiger can create a kind of zonal buffer, especially being this Sand King with Sandstorm against the melee. But it's going to be a sentry battle, right? And if he loses that sentry battle, I feel like Alliance lose that lane. There he is, the highlight. Boxy Pangolier. 9 commands in 25 matches. And that's decent. There's the spam coming out. Alliance on point with their voice lines. IP being composed. Peter says, don't you dare join in. I'm going to start stack Surf 33 together, which we kind of expected, right? Because the Fade Bolt reducing the damage does allow you to get early CS as a Night Stalker, where usually you struggle.
Yeah, Fade Bolt overall is really good on that dual offlane, but Night Stalker just does not contribute whatsoever in this lane early on. He does have 2 Stout Shields and that Fade Bolt. There's a lot of damage reduction, so perhaps he's going to be able to farm. What else Saksa can do is creep skip, but what else he can do is die if he runs into these 5 heroes over here on the high ground. Alliance is just ready and waiting, but they need to move out. 30 seconds away from the bounty runes. They need to move towards the bottom bounties as well.
Get on the move right now. Qualifier would love to get an early first blood. That's one of the big benefits of Mirana is you do hit that long range arrow, it's always a kill. Same time though, there is a bad on the other side. In fairness, if you do somehow force him to level into the Aphotic Shield instead of Mystical level 1 though, that is a small win for Lion.
Let's see the bounty rune fight. Taiga is bottom, he has that Impale.
Arrow. Next. Rune gets picked up by PPD. He's thinking about it. He just wants to miss call. He realizes Ace is tanky enough. Buckle. Fire strike in 2 seconds. Miss call. Healing him up. They can actually block him perfectly here.
They blocked him.
He can't move around. It's going to take way too long. Ace should be the first one.
He
no,
dodged
he
it.
sidesteps the arrow though. Ace is going to live. PPD on point with the miss call save. And Ace, that very crucial dodge.
Yeah, Boxy is gonna be the one that moves back into the mid lane to play against Pata's Ember Spirit. I like this move a lot because he's gonna have a much better time on this mid lane, and also he can rotate across the map earlier if he does have that good time and early CS. He did waste a lot of mana trying to go for that Sven, but overall he didn't really lose way too much in terms of CS on that mid lane, and he went back on time.
And this definitely addresses a concern we were having. Is actually, you don't stick in mid, he doesn't get the XP, he gets pressured out by the Sven. But there's an argument that with the way that Sly Fist got changed on Ember, he's going to be just as much a pain in the ass as the Sven would be.
Oh, they get him actually.
Wow, that's an unexpected mistake from PPD there.
Yeah, he got arrowed by Qualifier. I expected him to just suicide and that's it. That's why I wasn't going back to him. T-Tours. But, yeah, he actually manages to die there with the stun and the arrow. They connected onto him perfectly.
Point on, PPD is going to have to be a little bit more careful about this. Yep. Always got to be worried about that threat. They do have mangoes on the Mirana and the Sand King. They can afford to throw out a few.
The good thing for NIP in this game and 3-3 on this offlane is the fact that there isn't really a whole lot Insania and Nikkei can do to him right now. They can spam him with Thunderstrike and with Spirit Lance, but 3-3 is fine, just farming with those 2 Stout Shields. He's gonna be alright, he's gonna have a good time early on in the first few minutes of the game. And then when the night comes, I think he's gonna have at least boots, sticks, and another item like Raindrop or something similar. So a lot of levels are gonna go his way for sure on this top lane.
Then once he does that, Saxa, it's Rubik's the type of hero that loves to get the opportunity to just stay in lane and just saps him. Big boon to get him towards 6 very quickly. Bot lane, however, there's always that luminous threat towards the Sven, which... actually, they can't really kill the Sven. They have to go for a Baden, right? Because of that Aphotic Shield.
I mean, if he gets low enough, then perhaps they can try, but killing either one of these two heroes isn't really easy because of the aphotic shield, right? But they did manage to kill PPD already. The problem is, they gave the first blood to Koikwa. Mirana, on the offlane, is one of the worst heroes to give that first blood to, as she gets those two raid bans earlier, she gets, let's say, phase boots, and suddenly she hits so hard, you as a carry cannot sustain yourself against her any longer. Luckily for Ace and his Sven, he does have PPD to spam Mist Coil on him, so he's gonna be able to at least have that advantage here. And the courier is being used somewhere else, so Mirana isn't really getting her... oh, I'm lagging too.
That was a big lag spike. Okay, guys. You wanted the Arcana that badly. There was a price that had to be paid.
Yeah, exactly.
Get back in this. Looking good for Ember so far. 15-2 top of the CS chart. Not really much box he can do in these early levels. He can get his hands on a quick javelin, then yes, he can start to...
Yeah, he's losing the CS battle for sure on that lane. Not really doing that well. Lux on the top lane is getting really low, but it should be fine. They waste the kinetic field, they don't really get on top of him, and he survives.
It's like they're trying to burn through the regen and prep that first nighttime. Sax can never back up the night.
Yeah, but Saxa does have that salve, so he's pretty much baiting it all out, and he's fine again.
Especially with that stick, able to stack up the charges on the side. They cut a lot of these trees to ensure Insane is always in vision when he casts those Thunder Strikes. Turned to quite a quiet start. Not too much bloodshed. There was that one unexpected kill, but these lanes, you expect them to remain quite stable until the first night.
Yeah, you pretty much always expect PPD to die early on with the Badon, as he's gonna suicide, right? This time around, he just wasn't careful enough, and Boxy, he almost fell to Fata there. Barely lives, and has that bottle to heal him up together with the healing salve.
True, he caught off guard, Fata actually went for the 1-2-1 build instead of maxing out the Flame Guard, and PBD, he's done it again.
Yeah, they caught him.
He shows his head, and
the stun and the arrow. The stun and the arrow, and he just dies.
Saxa, he's going to go down. He puts out the Fade Ball. A lot of damage done. Insane will walk it off, though. 33 can't do anything. It's still not nighttime. They just knock their salve together. They say cheers. They heal up. Gem room bot, but PPD already picked it up. Boxy's going to be very upset about this.
Boxy has no swashbuckle, yeah.
Oh, he could die.
Just needs the chains, but Taiga is there with the stun.
Oh, nice stun. It covers him just in time as well, but it's like this. Long range gets it. Fada. Beautifully done to get the kill. He could have went for the Searing Chains, but he knows the Sandstorm is available to Taiga.
Yeah, Mirana, he was trying to... Koikwa was trying to connect, trying to help them out, but he was just way too far.
Now 33, up to level 4, feeling bulky. He's able to remain on this lane on his own, and it's almost his time to shine. 15 seconds away from Rune. 15 seconds away from the imminent threat of the night. Tiger zoning them out in the meantime. Ace has man goes for a stun. There you go. Sentry down. They actually help on Tiger. They have to back away.
Yeah, but the stun might go there.
Arrow. Yep. Orthotic shield. He's stunned up. Madden will go down again. Then you expect PBD to die sometimes. That's 3 deaths now. None of them denies.
Yeah, they've killed him so many times right now because he tries to get low, right, to suicide with his Mist Coil, but then the stun comes out and the arrow follow up. He's just chain locked, stun locked, and he can't really get out of it.
That does mean that the combo's getting a lot. Mirana can do a decent amount with a few early items. If you comment on that, phase boost actually starts to ramp up pretty threatening. Nice. Night time is up. 33, however, has not tried to move out. No one's coming up here to help him either. He's got Saxa, but that's not really an aggressive maneuver.
Yeah, he needs more. They need more rotations. Perhaps this Ember can go top and help him out. But this Ember is just gonna battle out Boxy right now. On the bottom lane, there's Taiga with the DD.
Chase on the PPD.
There isn't really a whole lot he can do there without the Mirana, so he opts to go back instead.
PPD, he's being sensible about it. See how much of a wide berth he gives to the Sand King. Fall for this waiting.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Foxy was trying to actually win the exchange to the mid. The problem is always this. Sparta can Remnant and go back to base. Uh-oh. Roll Thunder coming out. They call the Ember. Flame Guard is down as well. Gonna keep stunning him up. Sparta gets the Remnant out, though. Enough lockdown from Foxy.
Foxy is actually very lucky. Insania on top lane, though. He falls. Yeah, not so lucky. Boxy was
expect that.
Boxy was very lucky that his Swashbuckle procced and that he got Fata silenced, because if he did not, Ember Spirit had chains there. I'm pretty certain he could have went for a kill there on the Pango, but he manages to silence him and then roll out.
This is that type of lineup, matchup rather, that does get pretty threatening from both sides. Usually Ember is the type of hero that is involved in those kind of situations. Pangoliers, more recently, we're just used to seeing them get their own way, right? They just swashbuckle in. If they get a proc, they kill the people. If not, they just back up.
But he's going for a very awkward build. He didn't go for any standard javelins, right? Or arcane boots into mech, anything like that. He's going for, it seems to be just a chainmail right now queued up. Let's see what after.
Oh. Stania locks them in for the lift, the dragon back. They're scared because Boxy is here. Swashbuckle gets the kill, glimpses back, pointless sleep, but the wrong thunder off cooldown. 33 is here to play, but he's too fast at that time.
He's too fast and Ember is also connecting. However, they are retreating towards the shrine, and they have to because Fata is here.
Yeah, this is bold from Fata. He goes pretty deep, he's silenced up, and he will fall 33. He just activated nighttime. He used his big fat dark ascension, and he's using it to run away.
Yeah, luckily for him, there's no glimpse. Boxy is still trying to chase him, but there isn't really a whole lot he can do at the moment, as long as 3-3 is careful enough.
Yeah, he has that flying vision. He shouldn't get caught out by Tiger like that. But still, Dark Ascension, that is a big investment. It's a long cooldown. All you got out of it was assuring Fata's death. Exactly what you're hoping for. Dealing with it right now. Fata can't make plays on the box at this point. The only good news is it's not going for that javelin. I think that is good news because it would just enable him to kill so many people, right?
Yeah, I'm not certain really what he's going for next. He has the chainmail just queued up right now, but that's not really like any build that I've seen before. Usually what I've seen from Boxy is either that early javelin, or he goes for arcanes. He's going for phase boots instead. He's a really good Pango player, so we'll see what he can do across the map after this laning stage has settled down.
This lane phase has gone so far. Ace definitely the biggest benefactor of how things have played out. All that attention on a PPD dying so much has enabled him to solidify a lead at the top of the CS chart.
Yeah, on top of the CS, not on top of the network chart. So far as Mirana is doing really well, as he did get a couple of kills on that Abaddon. PPD has managed to feed a lot. It looks like Ace might be going for a Battle Fury as he has that Ring of Health, but Taiga is there, down on the bottom lane, and they're looking for an angle to strike, but yeah, Abaddon instantly ports in, and PPD is like, if you try and stun him, if you try to stun Arrow, I'm just gonna shield my carry, and that's gonna be it.
Look what happens because of this. They go top. They wanted that to happen. They had the ward down spawn out, and now 33. Just as nighttime ends, so will his life. Take a while. He's a bulky boy. Inevitably, he will fall Rolling Thunder towards the runes. Boxy will pick it up. Stuns up the Rubik as well. You better get a secondary kill. Phase through. Swashbuckle's there. 2, and they even get the Rubik.
So they get the Rubik. They get 33 as well. The problem for 33 right now is the fact that it's daytime, right? So he needs to be very passive. He needs to go back to farm. He can't really just make these aggressive moves any longer.
Then again, he does have Dark Ascension off cooldown and a medallion. Maybe he can try and get aggressive with someone here. Boxy. He needs to be careful about how low he lets himself get against the Ember Spirit here.
He had that salve, so he's pretty much baiting him out. He's forcing him to waste his mana, and then he goes back with Swashbuckle and Shield Crash, and just gets up to full HP.
Try to make a move on bot there, but Tiger was quick to get out. That rotation doesn't amount to anything in the end. Looking right now. Well, you've got the Mirror Hammer. Yep. Need to get the Javelin.
He's gonna go for the Maelstrom build. It allows her to farm a lot faster. She has really good attack speed on her own, so that's gonna boost her farming speed and attacking damage a whole lot. while Ace is still just waiting for that Battle Fury that's gonna allow him to farm faster, but that's pretty much it. That arrow used on the bottom lane to get rid of the catapult. Also, I didn't say that Battle Fury is alright versus the PL.
Ben, trouble. Wrong Thunder. Chasing in. Ace can't even get his stun out. They try to protect him, but maybe too late. Throws out the stun on Tiger, but he's dead, and Tiger's still alive. That's the hiding sandstone in the meantime.
Fata is connecting though.
Up coming in right now. Boxing back away from this. Got the swashbuckle to escape. Remnant in. Side steps in the meantime. Fable does get killed on the Tiger. Now they're going to converge on the Boxy. And she'll crash up at the high ground though. And Fata can't afford to invest that final spirit.
Yeah, he had one more spirit, but if he goes there, chances are there's 3 of them, right? So he just dies. It's good that he didn't attempt that kill. As he got the double damage rune, benefits from that. He goes back into farming mode and he lives to fight another day.
I want to make a play on him as well. Saying he does have level 6, got a smoke. If he could get close enough, it should be an easy kill to wrap up.
It's one of the biggest power spikes for Disruptor. He got it a bit late, but it's still fine. He has that smoke of the seat. He can smoke up with the Sand King per se. And PPD just feeds again. It happens. It's PPD. Zap.
I'm pretty sure all of his 100% kill rate point for killing Abaddon so far.
So he killed him like what, 4 times?
4 times. He's actually killed him 4 times.
That's one of the reasons why Mirana is doing so well when it comes to network. She's second, almost first, just behind the PL.
Could he make it 5? He doesn't want to.
Doesn't want to because there's a fight on the top lane, and this Mirana might port in to try and defend the tower.
He is Static Storm. Fada trapped him. Wrong Thunder. The ambush from behind. They're going to get bamboozled. Fada is going to go down. 33 activates the Dark Ascension again. Not a good one, though. Glimpse back into the Burrow Strike, and he'll die. And this 33 Night Stalker, usually such a dominant force in games whenever we watch him, he's had 0 impact.
He needs more time. He needs more items. He needs that BKB. PPD. What does PPD need? What does a hero truly need?
More deaths is what he needs. As Boxy, he said, hey, Qualifier, you're hogging all the kills. I want the easy choice as well.
They realized it's PPD. He's the... You know when you're playing versus a 5-stack and they have... Saxophones.
Qualifier is out of control.
Qualifier has had a really good time on that bottom lane, and after that he's just rolling out of control across the map. PPD has died way too many times to him, and you can see Qualifier on top of the network charge right now, taking over that PL for 500 gold. He's doing really well. They do not really...
Nikkei's not. It's not like he's farming bad. So the mid game plan is going well, and they have a fallback plan if this goes late. What's the move for NIP in this situation? Because they clearly are falling convincingly behind. The network
it's just to chill and farm, because your Sven is going for this Battle Fury build. He's not ready to fight. He's not going for like SMY, Blink Dagger or anything like that, Echo Saber even. And because of the fact that he's going for Battle Fury, he's gonna come online a little bit later, so your options are limited. Top lane Qualifier.
Then Rolling Thunder, chasing on the Saxa. Stun him up once, that's enough to bring him down. PPD shows his face as well. He's still not level 6. What was that? It's a death. Lift. The tower will lift for a moment. Coming up. Fada can't get them. On the bot. K gets 1. Ace gets the other. 3 go in the way of Alliance. Confident. They at least deny the tower. That's the constellation prize on the side of NIP.
Yep. They deny the tower, but they lose, what, 4 bounty runes? Did they get any? Ace did get 1 on the bottom lane. So that's something, but overall, they aren't taking any good fights so far. And this Mirana is just getting stronger and stronger. Getting even closer to that Mjolnir and BKB. That BKB is a huge power spike for them. I wouldn't even mind seeing that BKB picked up next by Qualifier, but I believe what's gonna happen is he's gonna go for Mjolnir first, yeah. He has the recipe already.
It's a confidence play, right? Because if I think the fair point would be if the Night Stalker was ahead or in control in some way, wasn't completely crushed like this, then you go BKB first, right? Because he threatened. We've seen what happens every time he jumps in and dies.
Taiga, he managed to use this. He managed to use his epicenter. They tried to go onto the Ember Spirit, but they just failed to do so. And Fata gets out with the remnant, yeah.
Qualifier. Well, maybe that BKB would have been a good thing. is caught out here with the rotation in. Towards top, they want to get their hands on that tier 1 tower. There will be a push on the pot in the meantime by Mike. He cut the trees to ensure that no one can sneak in.
There a dust? No, there's no.
Oh, there is. It's too late. 33. He just used the Dark Ascension again.
It was a good attempt. He moved towards the shop so that he can switch Windlace with the dust. But sadly for him, it was just enough time for Sand King to sport out. By the way, you can switch them anytime, but this way, when you're switching next to the shop, no cooldown, exactly.
Also, Tiger's plus Link because they need to kill him. They're going to try again. This time they'll succeed. An important pick-off.
It looks like NIP is ready to fight. With this first night, well used. 3-3 already got 2 kills on the side of NIP. They got Qualifier and they got Taiga too. But they have to be careful because of the glimpse mid.
Yeah, arrow. Oh, nice stun coming out. Ruby with the stolen arrow connects on the boxy. The real arrow is going to come through now. Ace still in that static storm. They're trying to protect him, going to get him low. 33 forcing him away with the silence. Now, Rolling Thunder will be activated. Zactor will stay behind. You can get the rest out, he'll be happy with that. But this should be Alliance now pushing on for tier 1 mid. Sparta going to be scared away. The refusal is up and online. Glimpse back. He mistimes everything. Go for the Remnant Battle. Man on Sparta now out of life. With the creep wave here, Alliance will look to take the tier 1 tower along with 2 heads from the side of NIP.
Yeah, that defusal by Mike just making short work of Ata. He did manage to put the Remnant down, but first and foremost, he tried to dodge the glimpse with the first Remnant or something, which didn't work out for him. And then he wasted a lot of time casting that second Remnant, so Mike had the freest time of his life taking all of the mana away from Ember and then just killing him afterwards. But overall, they just need that BKB as soon as possible on Koikwa. Every single time NIP wants to take a proper fight, they can jump on top of Koikwa with the Night Stalker and take him down. So overall, Alliance is doing well, but they're not out of the woods yet. They're 5k ahead, but it's just because of that extremely good laning stage that they had.
Maybe the solution is to take the Night Stalker out of the equation, but as we just saw there, they moved across the map trying to make those plays. Already was down from PPD to ensure that 33 isn't as vulnerable as he was at the start. He's getting quite a bulky boy. Now you can see what he's heading for. Tank up a little bit and then get some magic immune on the side afterwards. We need to get Valley out of his static storms before that point arrives. And, well, this is not how you do it by dying. TP's coming in. A little bit too late to help. Box will still commit, though. Trying to move across.
Let's have the Yule Zero.
Arrow through. Nope. 33 sidesteps it. Run a little bit too far away to actually take advantage of that combo. Boxy will roll Thunder out. He's not going to risk this. He knows what they want to try and do and turn around on him.
Yeah, they pretty much forced that Rolling Thunder from him. So that's a small victory. Besides killing Insania and his Disruptor, obviously.
Well, they should maybe be able to push in on this tier 2 top. You can already see Ninja Pyjamas have invaded the dire jungle, so Alliance won't get that back anytime soon. Nighttime will run out of 30 seconds, but with the Dark Ascension available once more, 33's biggest priority at the moment is just ensuring he at least gets the second level in, reduce the cooldown, increases damage up.
My biggest issue that Alliance has got right now is that they have this very tanky Mirana. She's pretty much the second heaviest hero on their side. They have PL with 10k net worth and then Mirana with 8.2. But she cannot fight. She's not able to fight as long as there's Night Stalker jumping on top of her. She needs this BKB very fast. If she does not get it, the next team fight, if Night Stalker manages to jump her, it's just gonna be horribly bad.
It is punished. Really asked with Tiger. Poked onto the top lane. The Dust will feel him. Go from TP away now and is in time. Yes! 10 HP. He makes his escape.
Top lane.
Gonna activate Nighttime. Going on the Qualifier. Once again, the greed and no BKB being punished here. The swashbuckle through.
Oh, the Yules.
Alive though. Qualifier leaps away. The Yules perfectly done. 33 still hunting, but can't find a Power Strike. Stuns him up. And on the side, they chase on the 8. He's out of mana and out of life. DK just looking to overwhelm them here. They're going to steal. Saxon goes up the high ground. Look at this. Just get away with the Power Strike TP out. TBD will do the same with the borrowed time activated. They can't bring anyone back. The glimpse wasn't timed by Insania to get him back.
And 3-3 manages to get out as well, as he flies over the trees and Glimpse is not there. Overall, they did manage to save Koikwa and his Mirana very well in that fight. It was of utmost importance that he survives. He needs to go towards that BKB, get it as soon as possible so that he can start dishing out the damage. has Mjolnir, but as you saw in that fight, he spent the whole time just running away. And the only reason why he did manage to run away is because his team responded properly, used that use so that he can get out of the cloud of Night Stalker, out of Crippling Fear, so that he can start using his leap charges.
Brilliant example of how in this type of game, Alliance is very capable of using the Yules not only defensively but aggressively. Not just because of Pangoliers' own abilities, use the heroes around him. It's just Alliance, they have to fight awkwardly like this. You mentioned before that BKB, this greedy choice by Qualifier means the next few minutes are going to be the same situation unless you can find a pick-off against the Pyjamas. That'd be a big, hard ask at this rate, because 33 is one component away from BKB being complete. About 1,000 gold off the recipe, and that's when things really start to just heat up in the kitchen. Where I'm still casting.
There is a smoke on this mid lane. Boxy, going in, PPD.
Pops it early, Yules is there. Now the kinetic field holds him in place, and that's an easy kill. No way they try and save a worthless pot 500.
Yeah, that's a 7. That's their own PPD. And the stun is there.
Jump in.
Tucks up.
Back to the next in the hit list. Steals Fire Strike, trying to move away, but they'll glimpse back into death.
Alliance is looking much stronger in this game 2 than they did in that game 1. They're just hitting their power spikes very well early on, and they're utilizing them properly, just taking objectives as they should be taking them, realizing that this Abaddon is just not a hero at the moment. He doesn't benefit NIP in any sort of way.
You can see how spooked the NIP is. Alliance just got to push 2 tier 2 towers at the same time. They almost took both as well. Get the mid one at least. No one wants to approach Mike right now, not with the Manta online, heading towards the heart next, at which point, how do you actually kill Mike?
Yeah, it is difficult, but you can do it once you have the BKB on Night Stalker. I think that's the power spike of NIP that they are waiting for. They need a BKB on Night Stalker so that he can get on top of targets with his Dark Ascension and Crippling Fear without being just... Oh, Fata.
Fata? He's trouble. They were looking for
but the glimpse!
Glimpse him out though. No, Insania! He panicked a little, and as a result, they can't get the kill into the Ember.
Yeah, that was such a mistake there. I mean, it's a panic thing to do. Definitely. Ace, mid lane.
Going in. Don't find it through. Ace, our mana. He's going to go down again. PPD, helpless. He can't assist in any way with these Yules is ruining everything, and now they're going to ruin his face forever. They just burn through him. Thanking to go in the top lane meantime. As Father punished Tiger for engaging on him.
Ember did manage to take down Tiger on the top lane. But at the same time, they lost Ace and they lost Abaddon, and now the tier 3 is going to be pressured too.
But also Quick in the bot lane. They activate Dark Ascension lift. Jumping in, Quick punished again for this build every time. Thinking he could be away from his team like that. They were ready. And that forces Alliance back.
That forces Alliance back, exactly. That's why that is so bad. They took down Sven, they took down Abaddon, but they can't pressure this tier 3, and they aren't gonna force any buybacks because their Mirana was not there with them and she died. But again, that's NIP just realizing where Alliance is weak and striking exactly at that target. And right now, that's obviously the Mirana Koikwa. He is 8-7. He is having a blast. Such a good game, but at the same time, he's unable to dish out any sort of damage in these fights, as that BKB is not there ready and available for him.
Just a pure example of how itemization can be punished in game.
Exactly. EK.
Night Shadow, it was stolen. EK the target. Pretty tanky though, they're going to stun him up, trying to go in silence. Can't easily escape this. Ron trying to come through. Boxy, he'll here to save the day. Snipestorm goes down, and they'll just disengage. Mike lives. The Remnant forward, Vada going to be glimpsed away. Arrow doesn't connect, but it does connect on the Sven to stop any pursuit here. 33 still going though.
He's
running out, so yeah, he's gonna leave. Yep. Tiger already got the runes. He's trying to move for them, but the haste rune on Tiger means he can get away as well. So no cost to the side of Alliance. They keep the most important aspect of their team alive.
3-3, he ported bottom because he decided not to pursue them on the shrine, and at the same time he was thinking the bounty runes are gonna be there. But yeah, he didn't manage to.
That's the reason Tiger wasn't there.
Tiger, he was already smart to it. He was already there. He picked them up earlier and just won that bounty fight. But the BKB is completed on the Night Stalker. And from Ace, mid lane, he should be fine.
Can't get him. He'll move away, but it's just a preview. Mike just want to show off his newest toy. He's got a heart now. Completed. And actually couldn't kill him last time. How are you going to kill him this time?
Well, as long as you can keep on top of him with the Night Stalker, he's gonna be silenced, and not even Manta can help him. So that's one of the ways, but it's definitely not easy. Insania, however, lifted up.
Back. Be killed off. Light Shadow won't save his life. They put down through that. Actually, doesn't even get de-watered because if you want to find more kills, it is night time. That means fight time.
They have to be careful. This Ace Sven is a hero that can work really well against the PL. He just needs the BKB too. He has the SNY, which is going to help him against all the stuns. But the next big item for him is definitely going to be the BKB. And after that, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Alliance is still doing really well. Pango has the Crimson Guard completed. The Yules has been there for ages now. But still, the most important item that they can get next is still that Mirana BKB. But she is so afraid. It's nighttime and she's afraid to move from the high ground on that top lane. Oh!
And they're gonna move in. Back to the target. The stun turn around. Pangolin pretty tanky though. He can get the wrong Thunder Rock if he wants to. They lift up. Trying to keep Mike out of the fight. The stun is there. A still control. Moving across the silence now. Used up, but running out of life. When he comes down, he's dead. BK's gonna fight up against this. Needs to start to back away though. Started to storm down to protect him. Gonna turn around. BKB activated by 33. Mike will doppelgang down, look to escape. They're moving across. Rushes across the creep. Limps away, but 33 still pursuing this. BK, no doppelganger for 3 seconds. Can they buy enough time? Kinetic field won't be there in time to save him.
He's gone.
Kills them off.
PPD.
Look at the money that boy just got. All these deaths. This was the real reason. So he could get 1,300 gold for a single kill.
1,333 gold for one single kill. That's just amazing. And now Insania, 3-3, gonna dodge that arrow and gonna continue pursuing. I believe he has the skill.
No, he doesn't. Insania. The Fire Fist will get him though.
Bata gets him in the end, and now they can rotate towards this tier 2 on the mid lane. And you can see that even though Alliance is in front with gold, they still don't take favorable fights, and NIP, they just find a way of baiting them into favorable positions for themselves, into positions such as this one around their own observer ward on the high ground that's giving them all the info that they need, and they just know who to attack first, which target to strike. It's much easier for them to take a team fight there. Also, Mirana was not ready for that fight. No BKB, and also she wasn't even in the vicinity. She had to run, she had to get there first, so that PL was already on 20% HP by the time Qualifier got there. It's just NIP choosing their fights a little bit smarter than Alliance right now, choosing to fight on their own ground, under their own terms.
And I think the most ridiculous takeaway from that fight, right, is when you're, what, 10k ahead, Alliance, like, okay, you know what? One fight like that is bad, but it doesn't screw us hard.
Yeah. They're going into the pit.
5k network gift, and yeah, this is what they have to do. If they don't get the Aegis, this can start to easily slide against Alliance. Critical moment in the game.
Yeah, they just realized we're sick of this. We just want to be together and fight around the place where we have all of our forces ready. The problem is Mirana can't be in the pit, and the PL is one of the worst carries when it comes to taking down Rosh. Those illusions just do nothing to him, and they just have to fall back. That's it. Mike might try to continue attacking the Roshan, but it's just gonna take so much time. They need that BKB on Mirana desperately, and it's 150 gold away right now.
By a little bit of time, Mike can stand in the pit for a while. Have to be too worried, and they can't commit heavily into the pit due to the threat of an epicenter, Rolling Thunder, Static Storm combo. That sounds like a lot of death in one sense. Looks like it's coming out now, Qualifier. They being shipped out, but NIPs, they're smart. They should be wise to this. The reason they've been holding off, and if they see Alliance getting a little bit aggressive, it'll be for good reason. Okay, back in the pit. Foxy zones this way. Quick doesn't want to go in heavily. They're going to smoke, actually. They're trying to play this out, fade it in.
Stun is there.
PPD gets the borrow time off. BKB from 33. Fighting up against this right now. Gets stuns up multiple targets. PL's going to hit into him in the meantime, tanking. Getting low for stuff. Gets away. God strength. Ace trying to chase in. Yules will control him up though. And Fada trying to move across the defusal. Luckily for him, he got the rim out beforehand. BKB activated. Chasing on his They're going to zone him away. In the meantime, Pangolin is going to fall and back on the main fight. BK has to back away. Even though Ace has no mana, it hits too hard. Zania will fall to Fada. Fada chasing for more. Tiger's going to be low. Dust reveal. 33 going in. No BKB. Qualifiers is activated. He's trying to go for this leaping forward. He says, if you're going to mess with me, I'm going to mess with you. But he doesn't get him. 33. Still alive. One hit needed. On the other side, they're going to chase down Saxter and kill him off. Mike has been ignored through most of this fight. Now he needs to try and find some value. Chasing on the Ace. No mana still. Actually get the fuse off cooldown. The Warcry allowing Ace to run away. He's going to be able to trigger the shrine, so he'll get the mana, but he decides to just kite him in. Baiting him in back. The arrow does connect, and that should be enough to bring down the Foddick. Should try and protect the Remnant. Just jumping across. The doppelganger comes out. Ace trying to move away quick enough. Buyback comes out from Rubik in the meantime. The missed call keeping him alive. Ace, can they finish this? The Foddick shield will protect him. The stop from the center. Crucial moment. Stuns them all up. Vada, BKB going to be chased down. Mike, he does last a long time, but he just doesn't have the damage to find kills. PBD, he's got the borrowed time again. He's going to be able to escape. And through all of that, Mike is just ignored.
That whole time, it's just PPD saving one target after another, just using Mist Coil into a Photic Shield. He's pretty much the reasons why Ace did manage to survive through that fight, together with that cute little tree eating with Battle Fury that enabled Centaur to stomp 4 targets and that enabled Sven to run away.
Honestly, they can just go back to roast. That's the good news, because the problem for Mike right now is Mike is like those loot crate accounts that try and add me on Steam, right? Right now, everyone around him is just hitting the ignore button. It's the problem. More lag coming out, apparently. That's a little rough. I don't think that really
it's one of the best ways of dealing with the PL at the moment. If Sven does not have God Strength, and if you don't have Night Stalker there to prevent him from doppelganging away, you can't really kill the PL, so you ignore him. If he goes on top of Sven, Sven is forced to fight, and that's about it. The problem that they had in that last fight on the side of an NIP is the fact that they did not have God's Strength and BKB at the same time. Now they have the BKB ready and available on Sven. It's a 10-second one. This rush fight for Alliance might be very scary if NIP is fast enough. Do they have a smoke on someone? Let's see. Perhaps on PPD. Yeah, they have a smoke, so I expect they will try to smoke after killing this next creep and straight rush into the pit. The problem when it comes to this rush pit for them, this rush fight for them, is the fact that they have no wards around it. Every single ward is from the Dire side. So they have good vision, and vision just wins you half of the team fight every single time. It's one of the things that lower tier teams have to learn first, is that you have to fight around your wards. Never fight where it's dark unless you're completely forced to. Not certain that they're completely forced to fight this rush, but they could perhaps give away the Aegis and live to fight another day, farm some more on Ace, get another item like a small crit on him, and Shiva's on the Ember Spirit. That would help them a ton versus the PL. Even if you do give him Aegis, you can just kite him like you did before.
I guess there's a bigger concern, a possibility here though, Liz, right? Like we just saw Mike, we saw he's unkillable, he gets ignored. Are you not scared if they give the Aegis to Qualifier, the damage they can do?
Yeah, that's definitely a problem. That Aegis to Qualifier and his Mirana would make him one pretty mean pussycat. So perhaps you would have to contest this. We'll see. Does Night Stalker have his ulti? 25 seconds with no ulti. Nighttime is not there yet in 3 minutes. They might try and delay this first with Ember. Maybe that's their plan. Go around the pit, delay it until the night, and then use Dark Ascension and try to fight around the pit. Because if they just run in, it could go wrong for them, as this Night Stalker is also pretty much useless without his ultimate, and without the nighttime, that is.
They have to be probably careful though, right? Because Bardo without the BKB for 27 seconds, things to consider here. If he just comes to the edge and starts to light a fist in, Tiger can initiate. He's got Blink 4-staff, and if he catches you looking at the pit and he 4-staffs you towards the Alliance side, it's going to be the easiest kill ever.
Let's see, are they smoking up? They are. Let's see. They're smoking up. They're probably going to try to wrap around, go from the other side. Do they have the time? Rosh is on 50% HP. Ace.
Yeah, that's the right. Run straight in. Ace charging in here. Qualifier. Gonna leap away quickly. Mike turns
Lost
down.
all mana.
Mana supply. Ace has no mana. He has the BKB, but now he can't even throw out a stun or activate his God Strength. They might just have to give this up. Can't get him mana quick enough either. Oh. Tactical. Whoop. Okay. There's Discord issues now. This is why no one picks PL anymore, Liz. It crashes your game and lags everything up.
Yeah, Ace is blaming the lag. That's the reason why he didn't pop his BKB and ulti. But, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, because that's such a thing that... like, he's running in. It's obvious that he's gonna pop the BKB and God Strength and just fight. But, yeah, he just had a huge ping spike.
2,000k ping spikes.
2,000k?
He's a day behind.
Yeah, pretty much. He's still playing the last series. He gets glimpsed into the last series, then comes back.
That's mega mode disruptor. That sounds like a great idea for a custom game. Disruptor final boss glimpses you into other people's games. Like, oh, well, our troll will kill the disruptor, but wait, why have we now got a dazzle? All right, well, we've got a game now. That's what we're going to focus on because Roche is pretty low right now. 33 trying to move in, but they ignore Roche. They go for PVD. They're going to force out the borrowed time. 33 trying to finish off the Roche quick enough. But they'll realize in a second he's not doing it anywhere near quick enough. They're going to move him right now. Static Storm's going to go down. BKB activated. Brendan's jumping in right now. Who's going to get the egg still?
GG!
He grabs it. They're going to turn around. Pangalier's down. Didn't get a roll of thunder out now. The stun on the side. They found Mike. They do have the damage this time to bring him down. No doppelganger to work with. He's going to fall. Free
What
dead on
the
the side
fight?
of the 33. It looked greedy, but it was the right play. With that extra Dark Ascension damage, he slays Roshan, and he gets himself a second life.
Yeah, they bought themselves those extra 20 seconds that they needed for that Dark Ascension to come off cooldown. Then he goes from behind, and you know what's so good about it is the fact that 33 is the hero that wants to be on top of them because of that AoE silence. And they all went like underneath 33. He wasn't even chasing anyone. They all had to go there because he was hitting Roshan, right? So they couldn't use any spells. That was just brilliantly played by them. Just the execution of NIP is one step ahead every single time in this game so far, and in this series versus Alliance. Every time Alliance, every time they have the game in control, NIP somehow manage to slip right through their hands and take it back into their own.
And they strike the inner sanctum of the base first.
Oh, glimpse.
It's gonna be a glimpse back. A price must be paid though. Fada.
Nope.
He
He uses the remnant. Yeah, he just
Probably
remnants
not
out.
the best target to go.
You must be feeling so bad if you're Alliance right now. You just lost your tier 3. The shrines are open. They can go for those. PL is alive in 5 seconds, but there is God's Strength ready and available in 9. And
Calm down. I mean, the good news for Alliance is that while Nightstalker did take that Aegis away from them, it's not like the Aegis is on the Ember or the Sven. These guys that really could punish you. Don't get me wrong, 33 can go pretty deep. But
he's gonna go. If you let him to, he's gonna go so deep. And he wants to go deep because he's a Night Stalker. He wants to be on top of them. He wants to go deep. He wants to use his Crippling Fear. And now you have a problem. Even if you kill him, he's gonna come back and stalk you again. And by the way, in 10 seconds, nighttime is coming up. The Radiance is also completed on the Ember Spirit. So this PL and his illusions are gonna just start to tickle these heroes. The next item that they need is most likely Shiva's, and after that, the damage reduction that Mickey is gonna feel from the Rubik, from the Shivas, from the Radiance is gonna be so significant. He's gonna be hitting like a little creep.
And this is the time to shine. Like this is the do or die mode. If Alliance can survive the next 5 minutes, they will be able to reach level 25 in PL. They will be able to actually reach their late game. And I don't know if Ninjas and Pyjamas are gonna give them 5 minutes. Like this is like the day 100 in They Are Billions, right? It's like this is the final moment. If you can survive this, you can survive anything, but it would be a big ask. Ninjas and Pyjamas, instead, they're content to take their time. They want to push out these lanes to make sure Alliance finds no value elsewhere.
Yeah. They're just very disciplined. You don't want to rush anything. You're still playing versus the Sand King. He can defend the high ground really well with the Disruptor, with the Boxies, Pangolier. You don't want to do anything rash right now. Just save up your time, get another item. This Sven is moving very close towards his Assault Cuirass, so you're gonna have that. And the armor is gonna be there, the damage, mitigation from the Radiance, from the Fate Bolt, and after that, all is said and done. The proper play is always the same. You smoke up, you try to ward up around their shrine, around their high ground, get the pick off, and then push.
And the Alliance doing a good job of keeping these lanes pushed out to make sure that NIP always have to tend. The question is whether NIP just reaches the point where they say screw it. No, if we're going to go down one lane, we're going to breach the base. Might just do that. Mid pushing in like this. They need the target. They're going to move across right now. Lift lasts long enough to ensure his death. Probably shouldn't have been that far out, but the thing is, he was the furthest behind because the rest of his team is in the Radiant jungle, apart from Titan.
Yeah, and let's see, are they going to try and push this or not? perhaps move towards that tier 3 on the top lane even as the creeps are pushing in. Ember, the problem with split pushing the way Qualifier is trying to, it's very difficult to do it versus Ember as he just puts one remnant behind, he goes defends and comes back to his team.
Is under attack.
And the good thing for Alliance is that actually NIP, they weren't sure, given where he was, if Insania had buyback. He is in fact sure, but they didn't want to risk the potential of just going to that choke point and a static storm being dropped in their face. A lot of composure, a lot of restraint coming out from these. They got some time still working. Aegis will be reclaimed soon.
Yep. Aegis is reclaimed right now, so they lost that on their Night Stalker, and perhaps this is gonna give some courage to Alliance to go outside of their base, but it's very difficult for them to find the right way of approaching NIP right now, as NIP has taken control of the map, and yeah, they just can't see what Alliance is doing at every single point in the game. If Mirana is split pushing bottom, the rest of them are just hiding on the high ground, it's obvious.
Instead, they're going to try and cross, stop these pushes coming in by cutting the waves through. Gonna be Moonlight Shadow. Alliance figuring around. Could try and make a plan of Fada, but be bold. Reinforcements coming in. Burrow Strike. Epicenter be charged up. Arrow does connect, and they're getting quick enough to leap forward. It should be enough to bring down the Ember. The Glimmer Cape won't protect him. The Dust Reveal goes out. They do see them moving across. Target guy is the target, and Qualifier gets the BKB. Could go for the TP away. Leaping across right now, and in the meantime, PPD will die to Mike, but Qualifier, they can't kill him off. The BKB gets him out. Yeah,
3-3 is moving towards his Nullifier. He's going to try to get that. After he has that item, he's going to be able to prevent Mirana from doing like the TP out the way she did, if he can prevent her from using the BKB, that is. Overall though, Ember caught Reckless a little bit there. He was one creep away from that level 25. So many times it happens, the player is just, you know, you're not really greedy, you just want to finish something. You have that one creep to an item or one creep to level 25, and then they just wait you on that and take you down. It has to feel very frustrating for that Ember, because it's not only that he died and that he's not farming right now, it's the fact that they had full map control, and now Alliance can, after that kill, they can kind of slip through their fingers and spread across the map, find more space. Just a minute ago, this Mike PL, he was stuck on his high ground, just hiding and waiting for the inevitable. But after the Ember has died, now he can squeeze himself outside of the base, go into the Radiant jungle like he is doing right now, and farm some more. So you have Mirana on one side, PL on the other, and you have the Pango mid, so you're utilizing the resources across the map much better than you did just a minute ago, all because of that one Ember pick-off.
Falls out from NIP. PPD just wondering if his ping would have been lower if he played from America and not come this week in the first place. Play us a little bit before we get away again. Yeah, this time is basically being purchased, is benefiting Alliance. They're getting ever closer to critical mass for PL, almost level 24. You mentioned level 25 coming up for the Ember. Keep in mind though, this isn't your classic Battle Fury old school builds that would be remarkably good against the Phantom Lance at this stage of the game. You know, this is magic damage, trying to spike them down, maybe look for the backline. It's all on Sven really to deal with the PL as
no, I mean, yeah, it is, but at the same time, he's gonna get Shivas. He has Radiance, Maelstrom, Shivas. That's a ton of damage on this PL and his illusion. You know, like, usually the Battle Fury is considered the build to go to for damage, but versus PL, even the magical damage does a lot, so...
yeah, it's more about the preventative element of Ember's build as well, right? The Shiva attack slow, the miss chance on Radiance. It can slow Mike down. It's just the frustrating thing about the Fountain Lancer is once he gets that doppelganger cooldown, part of the initial frustration of building up an army against those mischances and attack speed debuffs is removed. Still less powerful than it used to be, mainly with the XP changes, and also there was a slight nerf with the doppelganger cooldown talent. I believe it was 5 seconds. No, sorry, 7 seconds minus before.
Yeah, it's -6 now. Yeah, it's still very strong. When it comes to other heroes, let's see, what's Pango building it? He's going for that Abyssal. They just want some more control on their side. They already have a lot with the Disruptor, with the Pango, with the Sand King, but some more control is never that bad. I actually thought that Night Stalker might go for a Basher too, and Abyssal, but instead he's going for He's going for Nullifier, which is also understandable. It's a good pickup for him at this point. Rubik,
Completely ruined
Etrolance,
Mirana.
Glimmer. Yeah, yeah, very good against the Mirana, as you said.
An extra talent. Big coming up. Tiger, almost level 20, but that's nothing substantial. I mean, Mama's nice, also some epicenter pulse. Saxa, that could be decent. The telekinesis land distance could make a big difference.
What's happening, by the way? Does someone have 2000k ping again?
2000 ping. Yeah, I don't think it's quite that. Peter said it's 500, so only 500,000 ping, which is a little bit better than 2000 ping.
4 million ping coming through. Okay, here just reconnected. So I believe
Okay.
he's gonna be joining the game any second now. I've been told by my
By your inside.
guidance, yeah.
What's that preview to? Was there an ace lizard stack planned? Oh yeah.
No,
How long ago was this?
no, I never played with him. I played against him. So he was in Alliance back then. Ace was playing for Alliance, I believe, at like 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago, something like that.
All right, we've resumed the game.
Not Alliance,
but-
sorry, Fnatic, my bad.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out
Forgetting
like
stuff.
I'm ecstatic.
Fnatic sounds. Oh, they're moving in. Glimmer Cape. Quickfire. He's in trouble. He doesn't realize just yet, but he will very quickly. They're going to move in, bouncing him up. He has got the BKB on cooldown still for 5 seconds. Cool.
Yeah, just
85
5 seconds away, and they just strike at the right time, realizing that he just used that BKB on the bottom lane. And they instantly strike on him on the top lane and get him down. PK is trying to outpush the bottom, but it's not really gonna do a whole lot because Ember is respawning any second now. In 5 seconds, he's just gonna go bottom and outpush it again. Yep.
And Ace is always keeping it pushed heavily in. Roche might spawn in 30 seconds. Lions, about quick for their push down the lanes. If this is a quick Roche timing, they're unlikely to be able to do anything that wouldn't be completely and utterly predictable by now.
Yeah, they're gonna have 20 seconds without that Mirana to go into the pit and take it, but the question is, are they gonna scout it out that fast? That's the thing.
Well, the question is, will it be that fast as well? Maybe. Here comes the moment of truth. Is Alliance gonna get a gift from the gods in terms of a long spawn? Yes, they are. Almost 2 minutes until Roche will be up.
Yeah, the respawn timer isn't that fast, you know.
Are scanning.
Calm down for the moment for Alliance. They were a little bit paranoid. They threw out the scan just to check if NIP had gone in. But, you know, they'll have to be paranoid. It could be spawning any moment now. They don't have any vision on this. They can't sneak a Corium because Ninjas and Pyjamas, you already see them positioned. They were expecting Alliance to come out and check.
They have a really good strategical advantage here as they're sitting on this high ground. You can do the same if you're Alliance on this right side of the map, but the problem is if you're doing it around here, you have to invade the left side eventually because
no.
Roche is gonna spawn.
Well, they just got spotted. They smoked under ward. Ninja and Pyjamas know everything they need to. Right, smoke, Foxy moving in. Kieran Chains does room up. Stunned as well, moving in. Spam the remnants out, they get the kill. He's gone. Nullifier was used, but wasn't needed. Tiger will blink away. Moonlight Shadow trying to escape. Alliance being chased, though. The drums were activated. The drums of war do beat. They're going to see if they can find any beating hearts to rip out of the members of Alliance. Tiger is still spotted, but they decide not to jump on. Kieran Chains this time. Alliance,
Yeah.
they will lose one for that, but
They're not gonna
still
find
not up.
anyone else, but that one that they did lose does not have a buyback, and as soon as Roche spawns, I believe NIP is gonna run straight into it. They also have another very good rune on Ember Spirit. It's the arcane one. On the top lane, it's Invis, gonna be picked up by Saxa.
And they have a great window here. It's 10 seconds to rush up. 10 seconds. This is all you feel this lineup would need. 20 maximum to just melt through that Roche, but yet they're being gifted. Well, not gifted. They had to fight hard for a 30-second window to get themselves an Aegis and a cheese.
Yeah, PPD just scouted out the Roche. He has his medallion. Everyone is instantly converging towards him. As you can see, Sven and the Ember, they're gonna make quick work out of this Roshan. And there isn't really a whole lot Alliance can do without their Pangolier. And the worst part is they don't have this shrine. So even if this Pango does respawn, he has no easy access to the pit. So this is gonna be cheese, and Aegis picked up. It looks Aegis goes to the way of Fata, and 3-3 gets the cheese. No, he gives it away to who? Yeah. When is it? Who did they give the cheese to?
23's got it in his backpack.
53 still alright, yeah.
He seems like the most likely candidate. He just wants to get deep as possible, so it would be a benefit to give it to him.
Yep. And Alliance, they're in a rough spot once again. Mid lane.
DK needs to be a little bit careful here. Dark Defense activate, moving in. Who's doppelganger away? Gets the high ground. Phantom rush across. They're chasing through. Came out to just delay Ace's initiation. BK will be able to escape, but someone has to be left behind. The static storm gets dropped, but it doesn't change anything. He's dead. Rubik, however, gets picked off. 110 seconds without Saxa. BK fell through the mana of Ace. He turns around. BK be activated. Doesn't have enough for a stun. As one cold down anyway. He's going to go for the TP out.
Oh, he's
no,
bashed.
He doesn't get it. He gets bashed up. Ace is going to go down 100 seconds dead. A
There's no
huge
buyback.
pickoff for Alliance. No buyback indeed. And Alliance know it. They start to plow down mid.
He just doesn't have gold. It's not on cooldown. He just doesn't have gold. He invested into that MKB, and he doesn't have the gold to buy back right now any longer.
But that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, you see this MKB, you're like, okay, there's no way he's farmed enough in this time. We haven't fed off over any big kills per se. So Alliance, not only that, they get a DD balled up on Quickfoot. This could easily be a lane.
This could easily be a game as they're 70 seconds away. Bata, at least he... No, not even him. Okay, he has buyback now. So perhaps he's the one that can stand and fight, stand and delay this push, because Rubik has no buyback, Sven has no buyback.
Have to delay a lot. They're moving in, the DD activated. Scaring away spot over the illusions in the meantime. They're just going to go for the interactions. Just at the moment, but if you give them a single pick-off, they will definitely go for front.
Yeah, instead, they're going to move towards this bottom lane. They can't go for Megas, as tier 2 on the top lane is still up.
That is true. PBD forced to proc the forward time straight away. So now you have no one who's willing to stand on the front line because Dark Ascent is on cooldown for 30 seconds. They should be able to get a second melee rack here quite easily. It is night time. 33 might make a move. They're smoked up. They don't want to have to give this over. BK just run through this. Shiva slows down the attack speed a bit. Damage is done. Racks have fallen. You'll be grateful that Alliance are willing to leave your base right now.
They pop that ulti, Moonlight Shadow, and they just run the hell out of that base because they took everything they needed. They took down two sides. At this point in the game, you're playing versus Sven and Ember, so taking down two sides is good, but it's not game winning.
So Freak's going in, Nullifier on the quick, but he's already activated the BKB. He'll go for the TP away before it connects, and he's out. Done. BK, he's been left behind. He's going to get caught out and killed. 100 seconds dead. He does have buyback.
Yeah, he was trying to doppelgang onto the low ground, but he wasn't doing it for some reason, so he was just running back and forth. It was one of those, you know, movement bugs that usually happen, I think. Nothing more. But even if he did manage to doppelgang onto the low ground, he still would have gotten caught, as he was left alone, and he probably dies in any case.
I think for Alliance, Quick was, it sounds insane, right? You're this late in the game. Think about the net worth that PL has. It's kind of weird, but Quick was to an extent more valuable because while PL survives, it doesn't give you the damage yet. They take people out. The buyback comes out. That's forced out pretty easily. Glimpse, short range, and build onto an illusion. They'll hold, cost them a big buyback, and Ninjas and Pyjamas, they'll be happy with that.
They're super happy with that because it gives them an opportunity to take down that PL and off of that win the game in the next couple of fights. Also keep in mind that they weren't forced to use any buybacks in the last push, right? Ember Spirit survived. He has his buyback. He just needs to farm it. Same goes for Sven, I believe. Yeah, he has farmed enough gold to have that buyback right now. Who else? Pretty much everyone has it on the side of Alliance. They just need the gold for it. So their game plan strategically would be, let's get the gold for buybacks and then let's try and chase Alliance to give us a fight. If we manage to take down that PL, he's without a buyback, he's gonna be dead for 2 minutes, and we'll be able to take the game off of it.
Father, his Vegas can run out soon, but off this bot creep push in, should more or less get his buyback ready. So that'll mean that Phantom Lancer is the only one in the game at that stage who is susceptible to being the cause of a loss, I guess.
That Phantom Lancer also has finished his Bloodthorn. He realizes I was forced to use the buyback. There's absolutely no reason for me to save my gold any longer, so I'm gonna go all out getting that Bloodthorn, which can help them out versus the Ember quite a lot. Versus everyone, but versus the Ember, it's pretty much significant the most.
He's actually a notable threat now. He's someone who can take down a target on his own.
Exactly.
Belly.
There's a smoke from NIP. They're trying to find the best target possible. They're trying to find that PL, but he's just wise to it. standing back onto his high ground and just sending illusions outside, as you can see.
It makes it very obvious as well, because the bot lane pushing in like this and no one responding would definitely suggest that actually NIP are out looking for blood. Making sure that this creep wave is guarded to go in. They have to go back because the tier 4 is taking a decent amount of damage here. They refuse to. They know sacrifices must be made for the greater good.
Yeah, but the only thing you have to do is send the Ember back. That's it. Ember goes back, out pushes, then he goes back to his team.
True, but it's a decent chip of damage in, and it doesn't cost Alliance anything, right? Like, this is the problem of it. And this isn't boosted travel Ember, so, you know, he can't go back as often because that is a 70-second cooldown on the TP scrolls, and he has no intention of going for the boosted travel next. He's going towards the Octarine. Qualifier, meanwhile, is heading towards that MKB, where Mirana starts to seriously become a powerhouse.
Yeah, he still needs a little bit more. He needs that MKB in this game. The Radiance is burning through all of them, so getting the MKB will help them definitely. There's an Aghanims on Saksa, by the way. This guy can do a whole lot in these fights, and he's been silent. We haven't really been talking a lot about him. He's been involved in many pickoffs earlier, but this is where he shines the most, right here, right now.
See what you can do. He can still sound like a static storm. That could be definitive.
Exactly, exactly. If he manages to steal that static storm, it could win them the whole fight and the game.
Once again, they can't get up. This is the frustration of the Phantom Lancer. The Alliance are looking to be a bit risky here. They don't have buyback for half minutes, at least on Mike. They're going to move out anyway.
Never refuse.
Get the hands on them. Not going to be too much aggression. Into the Pyjamas, they move far, far away. Roche might respawn under a minute.
Usually this is one of the plays that you do. You can't stay hidden on the high ground forever. You move out, smoke up, you move out and take one side of the map. This bottom side is usually the easier one, as it's not contested as hard, and also it's the side that they have already pushed in. They already have their access, so naturally the creeps are always gonna give you info. And one big problem for Sven, if he goes onwards, he can be caught by Taiga. Taiga has been AFKing on this side of the map that I'm worried he's gonna get an abandon very soon.
Alright, the creeps are close enough for the XP. Once in a while. Every like third wave. Yeah, you can see he's looking for some big pick-off. Preferably the Ember would be the golden target for him. Like Shadow, they're moving in. We'll see a response. Sven, not the easiest kill. Actually feasible with the damage that Mirana puts out right now. They have multiple heroes here. This could backfire. Hence why Phantom Lancer is nowhere near this scenario.
Oh, bottom lane, center.
Tiger going in. Burrow Strike. Arrow connects as well. They get the Aphotic Shield out to protect, but the damage might be done. No, Warcry God Strength gets him the help he needs. Goes second on Sand King. Burrow Strike in 3 seconds. Or starts to try and get himself away, but it may be too late. He's going to fall. The Mirana does get away, though, and you force Ninja the Pyjamas entirety away from the Roche pit. Luckily for Ninjas, though, it's still 20 seconds until Roshan is up. Not so luckily for Alliance.
I mean, it's a good plan there that they had. They tried to go for that Sven, but PPD was just way too close. He follows up with that Aphotic Shield, saves the Sven, and after that there's very little Alliance can do. As Sven pops the BKB Warcry, it just becomes way too hard to kill. Now the only thing they have to do on the side of NIP is wait for that Roche to respawn, as it just did. But there's a Moonlight Shadow used by Alliance. More likely than not, it's only to get outside of the base. Perhaps try to get a pick off, not really to go and contest the Roche.
Can just found Ember in the bot lane. Arrow's going to come through. Time is being wasted. And Sparta, he's rubbing his hands together. He's happy with this because on the pit, I guess, will be claimed soon. And this one has a refresher shard to do as well.
That's another cheese, refresher shard. I believe they didn't even need the first cheese. Yeah, it's on the Night Stalker. So they're gonna have 2 cheeses. They're gonna have refresher shard on that Sven to refresh the blacking bar and the God Strength. And also, obviously, we're gonna have the Aegis again on the Ember Spirit.
I feel like we need cheese to mature over time. It becomes stronger, feels even.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it has some mold on it, right? Like this cheese on 3-3 has been around for 10 minutes now. It should heal him up a little bit more at least.
Doesn't fully heal him, you know. He could be down at 1 HP, be missing out on something. Qualifier around here, he did go for that Moonlight Shadow talent hint. why Alliance are most of the time missing the snap. That doesn't mean he didn't get the arrows though, and I've heard arguments back and forth about these two. Like I think the point was made is not just the vision of multi-arrow. It's if you're aiming at one target, if by chance you hit a secondary target, you've basically won the team fight 9 times.
Now, multi-arrows are really good, like those triple arrows can be just amazing. At the same time, having minus 70 seconds on Moonlight Shadow cooldown can win you the game because you're always invis. They need detection, they need vision all the time. And let's say they do. They have this Night Stalker with the gem, right? But he can't really cover... gem got nerfed, so you can't really cover the whole team fight at every given point. You need sentries too. And it's always problematic to fight against that Moonlight Shadow. And he's just spamming it time after time. Every time it's off cooldown, he just spams it. By the time, I believe it's 15 seconds downtime or something similar. Let's see. Moonlight Shadow disappeared. 12, right? Yeah. There you go.
But if you include the fade.
12 seconds fade cooldown pretty much. So you're more invis than you're not. That's it.
Team bounty hunt. Oh, they're lingering outside the base here. They want to try and just trick Alliance into a false sense of security. But
yeah, Alliance, their game plan is pretty simple. Just spam Doppelganger and try to outpush for as long as possible. With Mickey, while Mirana and Sanking are split pushing top lane, and it's just one of those old school plays with the PL, one of those plays that just annoy every single one of us. But there isn't really a whole lot you can do about it.
33, he's trying to cut across right now. Dark Ascension runs out soon though. So the effort's wasted. Jump, pull back, and this is definitely looking to drag past the hour mark. What did we expect from a Phantom Lancer late game?
That should help. Imba strength now rekindled.
Buy themselves a few more minutes before the Aegis gets reclaimed, and even then, in Ninjas and Pyjamas, they haven't been forced to use these cheeses, so just start to stack them up. I even do the same with the refresher shards.
Ace on top lane, actually. If Mirana and Sand King had the info that was necessary for them, they would have went on him. But they do not see where Night Stalker is. They do not see where Abaddon is. Because of that, Ace is just happy to farm it outpush without being punished. Dania,
a little bit close. But this also goes down to what Alliance has been focusing with their vision. Right? They know Night Stalker's going to D-ward everywhere. They know a lot of time. And
Ace, stop lane.
Oh, they jump in. Stun's going to come out. Ace in trouble. Activates the BKB and TP's away though. Mirana couldn't get close enough.
He could have arrowed, but he didn't want to because he thought there was a medium creep wave here, I believe. So he leapt in and then he was trying to go a little bit south towards the stairs to fire that arrow.
Maybe the move is pick up a Nullifier next. But do you maybe, like we've seen that in the past on the Phantom Lancer, DK is more obsessed with magic in this game.
Shadows, take
understandably.
Aegis will be reclaimed in 1 minute. I believe NIP, they're going to be searching for a fight, and the fight is going to find them.
Goes in, arrow through on the Saxon, nullifiers down to Sanking though, they'll bring down the Rubik first, the 33. He's going deep for this, but he might give his life. BKB activated, they're going to chase through. God strength, Ace trying to get in, Qualifier needs to back away from this. He has got any leap left. Limp, get Ace away, but not far. Qualifier goes down, Static Storm won't protect, and now PPD with the borrowed time stays alive. BK looking to move away right now. Swashbuckle to just deter them a little bit. Silence out, 33, no man in the burn through. East the cheese to find him to the bait them even deeper. Mike trying to chase but can't find it. Wrong find a Boxy, pursuing through. For a target right now. Buyback forced out of the Sand King in the meantime. Mike just looking to back out. Too risky now. They lost the Mirana. They can't find anything here.
They lost the Mirana. They lost the Disruptor. Taiga was forced to buy back. After that, all has happened. You just have to run back with PL and Boxy's a little Pango. You just can't afford to lose anymore.
Calm down, reset a little bit. The lane still always pushing in towards the Ninjas and Pyjamas bases, courtesy of those two sets of Raxes that are missing, which means they can't really capitalize on the death of Mirana. Which we'll be thankful for. So they smoke up. It's just, these smokes are never connecting. The only people who really ever stick themselves out that far are Tiger and Qualifier. One of those combos is dead. Maybe it's just a plan to get down some new water.
They're just waiting for the runes at the moment as well. After the 40-minute mark, both runes spawn right at them. Just be there at the right time. One good game completely for getting a double then.
Absolutely. Won't happen right now. Arcane Rune in the bot. The Invis Rune does get picked up. Now, gotta look again at XP. Who's left to go? PPD almost has his 25. I mean, missed call AoE, that's nice, but there's nothing super ridiculous here for an average 25, right?
Absolutely perfect.
Product shield's decent, but it's not like it scales on top
You know what's cooking.
of Saxa. That could be decent.
The Photic Shield is legit. I think that's what he's gonna go for. Mist Coil AoE is fun, but the Photic Shield is definitely what you go for.
Oh, jump in. Is he quick for Nullifier out? He leaps, but it may be too late. The final leap's going to be used. He won't get a chance. The BKB. He's dead. 100 seconds gone. And Tiger, he's next on the hit list. They do see him. They run him through. He knows he's gone. Combo has died.
It's just that Blink Dagger picked up by the Night Stalker. Well, let's say 15 minutes ago, but finally coming to good use as they blink on top of that Mirana. They used the Nullifier. Crippling Fear was not there on time. She managed to leap out and try to save herself, but it just wasn't good enough. Now they do have the buyback on Mirana, but Taiga does not have a buyback. And they should be very well aware of that, yeah.
Oh, stun coming out. This Sven, he doesn't have a second life to work with in this push. He needs to be careful. Down to half HP. Stands fights BK. BKB activated. Glimpse to get one of them away. Ace still stands his ground with the BKB. Roof's got to slow us down a little bit. Moving him right now. Mirana needs to contribute a damage though. Rolling Thunder coming through Boxy, looking for a target with the Moonlight Shadow. They can't quite see it coming, but 33 reveals it all. BK going pretty deep. He's the cheese. Sacks are going to stay alive. Sand King is still nowhere to be seen for 70 seconds, so this is their best opportunity. Mike thinks he's going to tick out. They find him. BKB on fire allows them to do even further. Fourth, the buyback comes in, but Disrupt is already dead. Mike got a lot of work ahead of him. Just do or die, because NIP don't want to leave your base. The hesitant though, they need to go back. Someone needs to just deal with this push out. Fada will return to his base. And that will give Alliance a small reprieve.
Yeah, right now you go back, you pick up the bounties, you pick up the runes, you wait for Rosh, who may respawn in 20 seconds. Mangoes have been used by Ace. He's still remaining. There's so many times I see this man just do something a little bit too aggressive and then gets punished for it. But right now he has these wards around the cliff and he's just happy to continue farming the dire jungle, even though it is a little bit dangerous.
Damage.
Thankfully, that AC gave him so much armor that BK didn't really do any damage. BKB just perfectly timed to make sure there wasn't a chance that he gets hit up by the Bloodform, because if that happens, you know Ace dies. Oh, he's not invincible. He's definitely made himself a force to be reckoned with in this game, making BK hesitate and think twice. Qualifier is just trying to go on the Satanic, but he's at this stage where it's like he can't really deal with the Sven. He needs to kind of pick off on the back line. But that means injecting yourself into NIP's lineup, and they're always looking for you first. Oh, wait. I just heard a missed call AoE. Boom.
Is it? Is it the mystical AoE?
Peter.
All right.
My boy, he knows what's up.
He went for that instead of the Aphotic Shield. The Aphotic Shield is also really good, but...
It's the potential heal and nuke, right? Like, it's actually quite a lot, especially if you take the,
yeah, the
damage talent, which he didn't.
Which he didn't. So, yeah. Interesting that he didn't go for the talent, too. It's cool. It's looking good. I'll give him that. I still think the shield talent is better, but...
I feel like I'm in a bullet hell game right now. I think the most painful thing to kind of witness about this game, to observe about it, is Insania's level for all this.
Yeah,
Insania
Insania,
life is a hard life.
level 19, still doesn't even have the level 20 talent, and the level 20 talent is so good for him as it gives him 180 gold per minute. Or even that 4 strikes. You usually don't get the 4 strikes because this gold per minute can get you an Aghanim's. 4 strikes is good because it keeps vision on a target for a bit longer, not because of the damage. Just the vision itself is really good.
Trying to snake his way up to that right now. Phone fell with the poor guy. Looks like he does. That could be very good in these choke points, although diminished value considering this BKB is online and the Aghanim is no way to be seen as well.
Bottom lane?
And then Ace, God Strength, going to go in towards this BK. Needs to be careful down to half HP. BKB gets activated. But he still has to back away. Bar Strike is good, but Tiger's going to be lifted and dragged back towards him. The stolen Bar Strike can be used against him. Sand King is low. He will go down. He actually doesn't have any way back in this. 2 minutes still on the cooldown for the buyback. And Storm's going to be there. Sven stands his ground still. Up against Mike. Has to back away. Quick with the BKB. He'll leap away. Buyback comes out from Boxy. But can he do enough with this is the real question. 33 low on mana, low on health. Lift, long time lasting on the Pangolier. Rolling Thunder is going to be used, trying to charge forward here. But
Glimpse.
NIP composed already out. Glimpse to drag them back. Ace is so damn tanky, though. How do you approach him right now? I don't think you can. Boxy has to back away. Lift is there again. Ace decides maybe to hit buildings, but then changes his mind towards heroes. Morano's down. Qualifier is out. No way back in this. Boxy, they're going to target him next. B-Balls, this could be it. Okay, still alive, but now he's alone in a world of pain. How does he hold the rest of NIP back? I don't think he can. He's going to try, though. Mike goes in. Glimpse back. Rubik's the target, but protected by the Glimmer Cape. Mike turns on the Ace. Barely feels the pain, though. Missed call. Just adds that little bit of damage towards all the illusions. Forces Mike back. Needs to heal up. NIP in the base, refusing to leave. Ember Spirit's not even here right now. And when he returns, they might look for that final just cut at the throat that causes the blood of Alliance to spill out over their own throne. Here it comes. BK standing up against this. Bar strike through. BKB was activated though. Looking on his Ember. So damn tanky. Always sustained. Always kept alive. The BKB is going to run out soon. And once it does, he can't even find a kill on a PPD anymore. The man who just died a little bit too much at the start refuses to fall anymore. Static Storm's used defensively. Mike moving back, but the throne exposed. And NIP will take the second game and force Alliance down to the lower bracket here in style.
That's a great game. A little bit delayed, but overall NIP just showing up and playing a little bit quicker than Alliance. Today and yesterday we were watching Alliance do the same thing to other teams, to TFT and Tipo Maniacs, what NIP just did to Alliance. They just play quicker, take objectives faster. They look like a team that has an idea about what's happening, and they always set the pace of their game properly. In this game, Alliance was doing alright, just the same way they were doing fine in that first game, but every time it looks like they have the control of the game, like in that first game when Jug gets the Aegis. They do something reckless, they get baited out, NIP just forces them to fight on their own terms, on their own ground, where they have vision, where they have the superiority of numbers or something similar. They take the fight and they take back the control of the game. It's just those little things that matter so much. In the end, bring NIP on top and they win 2-0.
Indeed, and that means they have actually qualified for the minor. That's right, NIP will be going through. Good news is, all those EU fans that like this Dota is just too good not to have more. There's a second slot up for grabs. So we're going to go to a short break before we return to see if Alliance can beat down the remaining opponent. I'm looking for confirmation on who that is, actually. That EFT, did they win in the end? I think they did. It hasn't been updated in the schedules. It's either Aachen or Alliance. But we're going to need a short break before we get that. We're going to get confirmation. Go get yourself some food. Come back. Enjoy the songs that we don't play in between the breaks while you sit in your wonderful, comfortable DX Racer chair. Shout out to them, by the way. And then we'll return for the final series of Dota. Stay tuned.